Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another Thursday night of Super Deluxe Games Cast. I am your father, your game dad here once again, and it's gonna be a good night. I'm really feeling positive about tonight. Jeff is over here looking for his cat. I see the tail. Jeff, did you find her? It's a her, right?
Yeah, she's here. Her name's Luna.
Luna. Okay, we literally
I
gave.
just had to coax her out from under the couch.
We literally.
I am also a Sailor Moon fan.
We literally. I just want you to know we gave away a cat named Luna last year.
Oh.
We literally had a cat named Luna and we gave her away because she was terrible. I'm not saying your cat's terrible. I'm just saying our Luna was awful. She was terrible, dude. She knocked.
I mean, most cats are awful, but we just kind of like put up with it. So
I don't put up with it.
That's not true.
It's kind of true.
That's false information.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true. And you know, but speaking of things that are awesome, we have a very, very, very cool guest tonight. So I've been trying to get her on the show for some time. And because of my status as a himbo, I kept screwing up the days. And so public apology for that. I didn't mean to send you into a pet. Like, holy shit, I'm on tonight. Like, nope, that's just John being a himbo. Like, this is.
It's okay. It's okay.
John.
Well, because then I felt like, you know, himbos, bimbos. We're all like.
Because then I felt really bad.
I did feel really bad. I did. I felt bad for like there was a period of 5 minutes where I was just like, man, I feel terrible.
That's
but
it. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. You know,
5 minutes is gone.
You know what? I don't like to live in the past. I like to live in the future. I like to live in the now.
Like that. I like
that. But we have a very cool guest tonight. bloodyfasterTV. As you may know her on Twitch. She also likes to go by Daddy. Which is weird because like technically like I'm dad, right? So now I've got another daddy on the show. Daddy, you know, another daddy. Okay, all right. Yeah. So daddy.
Yeah, you know, it's
daddy's for like daddy's like that's the cool version of the phrase. I'm just like old and busted dad.
Right.
Like dad is
cool. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Yes,
that's exactly
absolutely.
what it is. Yes.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yes.
And Eleni, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is so cool.
Thank you for inviting me.
I was actually first turned on to your content by a mutual friend of ours, Steven Spawn, a very good friend of ours.
I love Steve.
Steve is the best. He's been on this podcast, Jeff, like 4 times. Like he's a recurring guest.
Wow, a veteran.
Yeah, he's a veteran of the SDGC wars. And so I started following your content. You are extremely talented.
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean, well, look at your super cool professional setup there. Like, you know, and I've just got all my Final Fantasy junk behind me. Like,
look, that means nothing. That is not talent. Anyone can do that.
Yeah, but it looks professional. It looks professional.
Don't. Therefore, you win.
Absolutely. I mean, CJ just has like a white void behind him. He's just like a couple of walls. Like, I mean, and I've got all the useless Final Fantasy
for being in my room, John. What did you want to fucking do?
Jeez, John.
Wow.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
You can compliment our guest without tearing CJ down.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Wow.
You know,
you're right. I didn't have to do it.
No, I've been meaning to paint them. I'm sorry.
I didn't have to do them like that.
I didn't know there was an issue.
Walls look fine.
Your walls look great. Your walls look better than Finn's.
So nice and clean, amazing.
Yeah.
Your walls look a lot better than Finn's. Finn's has like a light taupe tint to them, and I'm not a fan.
What is your deal today?
Stop shitting on people's walls. No.
The only way to go is down.
I'm not okay. I just want to point out to anybody who might be listening on podcast services. I'm not literally shitting on anyone's walls. I'm literally
might as well be, you asshole. What the fuck are you talking about my walls?
You were shitting on their beards before we went live.
I was. I absolutely was.
I saw it.
I absolutely was. No, this is absolutely fantastic. And I'm curious, Eleni.
I mean, the topic is butts, right?
The topic is butts. Like, did you want to kick us off on butts? Like, how do you feel about butts? Like, top 10, like top 5 butts. Go.
Top 5 butts. Solid Snake.
Solid Snake does have.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, he's got some thickness.
I will tell you.
Which game specifically?
I've only played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, so I can't really attest to his butt on the other,
Super
games.
Smash Bros. Brawl as definitive. Like,
Oh,
the best
that-
Solid
that's
Snake
got-
Is
game.
that where the butt is at its
That's
best?
where the ass is
Like,
right
in
there.
my opinion,
yeah.
yes. In my opinion,
Really?
yes.
Can,
Yes.
can someone in chat please provide a visual
Can we,
just
if we
for
could,
science?
if we could get somebody in chat to throw up a link to a
I'm on it.
picture of, thank you,
Snake's
Finn.
ass. The
Thank you,
snake's
Finn.
ass.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you another great. So, like, are we limiting to this to like video game characters? Because Chris Maloney. I don't know if you saw Chris Maloney.
I saw,
but
oh
dude's
my
got
God.
some cake. Like
oh my God,
that dude's got some-
I have not seen cake like this in a while.
this dude's got some
Jesus.
thickness. Like, holy shit. And he's like 60 years old.
Oh, the
like-
thickness does not
All right,
care
links
about
in
age,
chat.
People-
Thickness is just.
Eleni, people like it, I was watching people on my timeline thirst over Christopher Maloney's ass all day long.
blame-
Like, no, not at all. No, like I said, he's got that cake. He's got that beef. Like, okay, what happened?
Okay, I'm looking at Snake right now.
Oh yeah, okay. So you
Uh,
got a picture of Snake up.
I do. So there's two pictures. On the left,
It's
I
a-
see the
it-
cake.
Yes.
On the right, there's no cake.
Correct.
So
Yes, what happened there?
He got
They
nerfed.
nerfed him in Ultimate.
they nerfed him.
nerfed the
They nerfed.
cake?
They nerfed the cake.
They nerfed my favorite
Are you-
fighter.
They nerfed him.
Stop it.
And
They
more
nerfed
ways
him.
than one.
Are you
They nerfed him.
lying?
No.
Why?
He went from being
You're-
that ass went from being a ribeye to being like a hanger steak. Like it's sad what they did to it.
Why did that happen? This made me so sad.
Well,
Unbelievably
it's because
sad.
it's because he was dummy thick and the clap of his ass cheeks kept alerting the guards. That's why.
Like, that's what happens, you gotta live with it or die with
Absolutely.
it, I guess. Like,
Absolutely.
You can't get rid of the cake. Okay,
You know-
well, now that is just
So we've
tragic.
we've established that Solid Snake, and now if you had to pick,
Solid Snake is very fresh in my memory. That's why it's Solid Snake. There's other butts that have been, like great, right?
Senator
Like
Armstrong,
Miranda,
Senator
right?
Armstrong from
Uh,
Metal Gear Rising. Yeah, sure. He looked like a really roided out, pissed off GOP senator. But you know what? Dude was thick. He was.
Okay, we can appreciate. The
I'm
thickness.
gonna
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna give it to Senator Armstrong. Oh, did somebody just pop Metal Gear Solid 4? So that's actually like Samson nanomachines.
Oh, this is great. See?
Well, and the thing. So like Metal Gear Solid 4 in that Solid Snake, that's like Christopher Maloney's Snake because Snake is an old guy in Metal Gear Solid 4. He's old Snake, so he's basically in his Christopher Maloney years.
Yes.
So I can't like
Who knew that happened?
I love that Christopher Maloney like acknowledged his ass too. He's like, I got that cake, and I'm like, holy shit.
How can you not acknowledge it? Like you live with it. You turn around and you look at it in the mirror and you're like, holy crap.
That dude is
that's
like
my butt.
60 and he's fucking jacked too. Like that dude is fucking beefy. Christopher Maloney's a
Yes.
beast. Can we? All right. Is it all right?
This podcast
This is-
evolved way faster than I thought it would.
Oh no! No! This is
No,
nothing.
we're right on
Amazing.
track.
Yeah, no, this is nothing. This is. I know we've gone
Is
much
this,
further.
is this tame?
Oh yeah, no, we've gone much
Okay.
further south, much faster than this.
Okay.
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 Yeah, absolutely. You get one more butt. We're gonna
Miranda.
Miranda
Mass Effect
from
2.
Mass
I
Effect
was
2.
wondering if that would come up.
Yeah,
I mean, of course it would come up. It's Mass Effect, so.
based on a real person too, by the way. Like she was
course,
mocapped by
of course.
Yvonne Strosky. Strosky? Is that
Yes.
how am I pronouncing her right?
I'll
Oh.
have to.
I know she's in The
I'll have
Handmaid's
to-
Tale. She's in The Handmaid's Tale, which is a really good show.
I don't.
Oh, Yvonne from Chuck.
Yeah, from Chuck. Yeah,
Okay.
there you. Yes, from Chuck. She was on Chuck. Absolutely.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
2021.
yes.
and
Oh,
someone used
yeah.
up Chuck.
Yes.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
2B is an honorable mention for sure. 2B. Yes. Absolutely.
I'm just gonna keep saying Nightwing until someone acknowledges me.
Nightwing. Someone did post Nightwing in chat, right?
That was me.
Nightwing, isn't it?
That was
it
me.
is you. Okay. I'm just opening links. I'm not even looking at who's posting.
Oh, that's
I'm
that's a
just-
dangerous game to play in the
Nobody's
Twitch
gonna
chat.
mention nobody's
Just clicking on those butts.
nobody's gonna mention Winston from Overwatch. Like I know he's a gorilla, but you know, dude's got some beef.
Too far.
No, I'm sorry, he does. What?
Oh, John.
I love
What? Who
talking
ca-
about gorillas, John, but you took it too far.
He's an
That's gross.
anthropomorphic gorilla.
The fucking gorilla, John.
So
It's
who
weird.
cares? Who
The
cares?
fucking
Who gives a
gorilla.
shit? Hey, you know what, dude?
I mean,
Your walls
you know.
suck. Your walls suck, CJ.
Winston
They're
is
terrible.
basically a furry. Okay.
Holy shit.
You know what? I'm sorry, John. You know what? You're right. My walls don't have a game that's currently being remastered by Square. Oh wait. What's
But see, here's the thing. You just attacked Finn with that also.
You did. That hurts my soul just as much.
Then I'm sorry. It's your
Wow.
collateral damage. I don't care. It
Oh,
hurts- it
wow.
probably
You know what?
hurts.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it for
Thank
this.
you.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
So much pain. So much pain tonight. Being thrown around.
That's the way I
so
like it.
much.
That's the way I like it. It's
So
like
much
a
hurt.
it's like a meat grinder in here. No.
Oh, God.
So Eleni, so I am actually curious. So I've been watching your content for some time now, but I'm not actually. I don't know
Bless you.
how did you get your start. That's what I'm curious about. Like, what's the origin story?
Origin story.
Yeah.
Not a very impressive, I think. Probably a similar origin story to a lot of creators. I was in a terrible place, like mentally, and in a place where I needed a change in my life. Like a big change, and I found Twitch, just like casually, I guess. And after months of being a viewer, I just tried it out, basically in an attempt to connect with people. I guess loneliness was, the catalyst there. So yeah, that's how I started in a tiny room with a laptop on the floor, basically. And here we are.
That actually
5 years later.
you know what? I can actually relate to that. Because
I told you it's yeah.
well, no, I really can. Like I started SDGC because I lost my best friend of 20 years to suicide. And we would talk about everything, right? Like I know this guy for 20 years. He's my closest friend, closer to me than members of my own family. And we talked about comics and games and like all like we'd leave an MCU movie and immediately call each other, and be like, dude, holy shit. And one day he was just gone. He was gone, and I didn't know how to compartmentalize that. Like I didn't know. I was lost for a little while. Like I would play a cool game and I'd be like, I gotta text Joel. Or I'd I'd get out of a Marvel movie, be like, I gotta call Joel. And so I was in a really bad place for a little while, because it's like I'd lost my brother. And then I decided, just like you did, I was in a bad place mentally. I felt alone, and I was like, you know what? I need to find a group of friends to talk about fun shit with. I need a group of friends to talk about movies and video games with. So I just approached a group of friends online. I was like, hey guys, let's talk about let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast about video games. Let's fucking go. Let's just do it. And that was in 2015. And we had these monstrous 3-hour podcasts on my shitty old Toshiba laptop. And it was utter garbage on Google Hangouts. It was just bad. And now 5 years later, last year we had our first ever podcast PAX panel. So it's
That's
like
awesome.
it's wild how this shit happens, right?
And yet we're still bad. It's
Yeah,
weird.
we're still terrible, but that's part of the appeal.
Being bad.
Being bad, being terrible. Yeah, no,
That's my appeal as well.
the fact that we're the fact that we're a trash fire is part of the reason people come to see us. Like we've been trying
People
to.
like watching, trash fires.
Yes, they do.
And train wrecks.
Some people
They
like
do.
causing them too,
Some people, yeah. Only a few.
like me. For anybody who's listening on podcast services and don't see me pointing to myself, I'm talking about me. I caused
Pointing at himself.
the trash
Both
fires. Yes. That's how you know I mean it,
No,
when
I
I'm
don't know
using
why
both hands.
I don't know why I'm doing it as well. Like you, I don't know.
So
You hypnotize me.
so I'm curious about that. So I'm curious about something. Like this is your career. Like you stream as a career.
Yes.
And you stream a lot. Like you are incredibly hardworking and incredibly busy.
Questionable.
You stream more than we do.
This would be
So,
a lot.
I mean,
Well, okay.
You
I
stream-
keep interrupting you. Rude.
no. You stream a lot more than you stream a lot more than we do, and I'm wondering, what's that life balance like for you?
I wish there was a balance that I could talk about. There isn't. Like honestly, so there isn't a balance, and I think that is the root of a lot of my problems when it comes to, feeling good for an extended period of time with what I'm doing. I think the way that I do things is just as long as I'm feeling good, like streaming, let's say, I will go at it until something else happens in my life, and then I just cannot keep up with both things at the same time.
Right.
It's weird and it's difficult, and especially if you're dealing with other stuff as well, it gets exponentially hard. It's I don't know. Yeah, I wish at this point, I wish I had the answers. I wish I knew exactly what works for me. And, I was able to follow that, let's say, religiously so, and that would make me feel, no. I try. I do my best, and I think that this year especially, I try to take things one day at a time. Like, as slow as I can, like 1 hour at a time, if need be,
Yeah.
just small things that I can accomplish to just move on, keep moving on. That's it.
And this is all like, what's interesting is this is all a form of therapy, right? Like for you and for me, like this started as a form of therapy, as a way of reaching out and trying to get back in touch with ourselves. And do you find that, like, I'm sure it's still very therapeutic for you 5 years later. But do you ever find that sometimes it becomes like do you ever get overwhelmed by it and you're like, I have to take a step back and take a break because now because this isn't therapy anymore. Like it's becoming I feel like a snake eating its own tail at this point. That happens to me sometimes, and I was wondering if you've experienced the same thing.
A lot. And this year, like many
Yeah.
times, I had to take a step back, 2 steps back, a lot of steps back. Like I took a lot of breaks this year. I literally took a break like last week. I think that I have gained, like, as experience from all this is just understanding, realizing, recognizing when I need to take a break, when I need to take a step back. Like recognizing that, hey, if you push yourself now, you're gonna burn out. You are this close. Like that is, I think, a very valuable thing to know about oneself, to know your limits, and I think it's very easy for any creator to look at other creators and look at what they're doing and say, hey, they're streaming for 25 hours. I need to do the same. They are doing this. They're pumping out that much content. Why am I not doing this, right? So there's always this constant comparison. At least for me, that's what has happened a lot. It has been happening forever, right? It's kind of inevitable.
Right.
Comparing yourself to other creators. But I need to at times just hold myself back and say, hey, you're not doing this thing because you can't, like, because you cannot handle doing this other thing, this second, third thing, whatever it is, right? It's like sometimes I just have to pick and choose what I'm going to do and what I'm going to expend effort on.
You know what's interesting, and after this, I want to toss it to somebody else if they have any questions for Eleni. I feel like I'm taking up all the time here, but I wanted to ask if you had any words of advice for would-be content creators out there, because I hear a lot of people talk about, I want to get my foot in the door. I want to kind of take that leap. There's Jeff's cat. I want to kind of take that leap and get streaming myself. And people might get discouraged when they start and they don't have a whole lot of viewers. And I've brought up before the fact that, if you average, there are hundreds of thousands of Twitch streamers, hundreds of thousands. And if you average more than 10 viewers, you're in the upper echelon. I mean, yeah. That's the truth.
It's true.
And we usually average around 35 or 40 viewers per week, or not per week, but per episode. which puts us higher than hundreds of thousands. And that's a point that I've made on Twitter repeatedly. Is like, guys, don't get discouraged if you have like 10, 20 live viewers. Like that puts you higher than hundreds of thousands of content creators. If somebody is trying to do this, but then again, this is not a career for any of us. Like this is a hobby for us. For someone who wants to make this a career and wants to hit kind of like the highs that you have, you know, because I mean, you've got some great sponsorships, you've got a large following. What kind of advice would you give to those content creators?
I think it's kind of unrealistic to give advice saying you can do it, like anyone can do it. I think, you know, anytime I see this type of advice, I kind of, you know, I'm not gonna say I cringe. I don't cringe. I don't think it's genuine because not everybody's going to succeed.
Right.
And you know, they say that there's a lot of luck involved, and to me that sounds cliche, but it's true to a very, you know, large degree. This industry is so finicky, and there's no concrete you know, like pieces of advice here and there, sure, but there's no formula. There's no one way to do it. There's nothing that, you know, no one can say, like I cannot say for, you know, like generically, so do this and that and you'll succeed, you know. Like no, I don't know. Like I don't know what I did. I just did the thing, you know. And there's nothing else that you can do other than create the content that you want to create, right? And have fun while creating it. That's number one, right? Create the content that you want to create. The content that is dear to your heart, not the content that your buddy is creating, not the content that the top whoever is creating. Something that you really want to create, something that comes from your soul. You know, I think that is probably the best piece of advice. And honestly, since we were talking, like, you know, about origins and how loneliness was both of our origin story, basically, I think that having a support system also while you're doing this, like a legit support system, not, you know what I mean when I say legit support system, I'm not acquaintances, people that you can actually count on, because I think that this journey can be really hurtful for a lot of people. It can be really hard, and you need people around you to support you whenever you need to. Like support, I mean, you know, emotionally when you need it, because at least for me, that's the case. I have to, you know, text my friends all the time and say, hey, you know, this happened today, blah blah. You know, like I have to have friends that understand what this is all about, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of, yeah, it is, and that's kind of what we do at SDGC. We all, you know, we've got our own, you know, Discord server and, you know, our own private channels where we can just you know, all talk, and you know, we all draw a lot of strength from each other. I actually draw more strength from them than I think that than they do for me. But yeah, and I don't tell them that enough, I don't think. But you guys, somebody else got ask a question here. Finn, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
I got one. What would you say, like, if you had to describe what you would like your brand to be, what kind of, when you stream, what would you like to be known for, whether it's a certain type of game or a way that your personality comes out? What when people tune into you, what are you hoping that they are there for?
I love making people happy. I think that's what I want to do, and that extends like in a lot of paths. Like making people happy, um, in terms of, I don't know, just laughter. Let's say, like, you know, being the class clown. But I like being the class clown. You know, I like uh just embarrassing myself like while playing video games, and just being this person who is goofy, but you know, like not in a self-deprecating way. I love, you know, fundraising for a lot of causes because that makes me happy. You know, it's I want to give back to the world because I am here doing this amazing, you know, having this dream job basically, and I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of good karma that I need to just put out in the world. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a brand in my head. I never had a specific brand that I wanted to go for. I always did things with that in the back of my head. Just make people happy. I want people to come in the stream and leave leave with a smile on their faces if they can, or just someone pops in and I want to make them happy in the moment. Just even acknowledging a person, like that is something that someone may need in the moment. I know that when I go to a stream and one of my friends or whoever, the streamer acknowledges me and says hi to me, even that simple thing, the saying hello to someone is like, okay, you feel good, right? It's just, I'm sorry, do I talk too much?
No,
I feel like
no, not at all. No, please, no. That's why we want you to talk. That's why you're here.
I don't want to just.
Ooh, I do have a follow-up.
Monologuing.
No, not at all. No. We love it.
Our
That's
listeners listen to us every week, and they are sick of us. I assure
yeah.
you.
Please talk over us, interrupt us. I'm begging you. And speaking of acknowledging people, just want to say hi, Nelstar. I see you in chat.
Hi, Nelstar.
Oh, Nell's in chat.
He
Whoa.
is.
Also, I would like to do a follow-up question, which I feel is very important. Probably the most important question that you'll be asked tonight.
This isn't going to be
if you remove Garrus from the equation, who is the best person
I knew it.
in Mass Effect? Because Garrus is the easy option for, and I knew that's where you would go. Okay.
Morden.
Who's got a better butt though?
See?
It's Morden. Okay, it's Morden.
Wait,
it has to be.
Wait, Morden has a better butt than Garrus? Is that what you're saying?
No, wait. Oh my god, are we talking about butts?
Well, no,
I'm talking about
we're
butts.
not, and then John
talking
swerved
about
it.
butts.
So.
I'm swerving in with the butt
Don't
talk.
swerve like that. Okay, don't make me think about Morden like that. Okay, stop it. You need to
That's
stop.
why I got really surprised because then you doubled down on Morden. I wasn't sure if you had heard John or not.
Plot twist.
Okay. Okay. Butt-wise, we already talked about Miranda, but yeah, okay. Person-wise, I really love Morden. I also love Rex, but yeah.
Okay, but
There's so many.
Rex and Garrus, who has the better butt? That's the
Garrus does
real.
not have a
John's
butt,
on
and
a
it
one-track
That's
mind
the
today.
real. That's the
No,
real question.
Garrus does not have a butt. Garrus has a lot of good things. Like everything is perfect, but there's no butt.
I would definitely say that Rex is thicker, for sure. Like, I mean,
Yes.
he's a Krogan, so I think he's kind of got the advantage there. Jeff, do you got any
Let the
questions?
record show I hate this. No.
CJ.
Rex's butt is not in my Venn diagram.
What? No, I know. I meant, do you have a question for Eleni? Not do you have a take on Rex's ass?
You're really fixated on them, so excuse me for assuming that's what you were asking.
I do have a question. I
Okay,
mean,
please, CJ.
And it's a thing that I always I always fixate on now as I try to sort of like carve out my own path in this industry. Is there anything you wish someone would have told you before you started?
Oh, that's a good question.
Wow. I guess a lot of things. I don't think there's one thing that I have like picked out, but there's like moving on. There's things that happen to you. For instance, I wish someone would have told me not to take affiliate type deals and treat them as like the ultimate goal in life. Like I wish someone had told me not to work for free when it's just working for the companies. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
like I see streamers getting taken advantage of a lot. New streamers that don't know how companies operate. And I used to be this new streamer that thought, hey, oh my god, it's like this company wants to work with me. Work with me being, they toss you a link, right? That you use an affiliate link that means nothing. And that's it. And you work basically for free for said company. And that happens so much. That is one thing here. Just because I just don't want to say, yeah, a lot of things, so I can't pick up one. And then not talk about anything at all. But yes, I I wish that streamers, every creator has value, no matter how small you think you are. Even 10 viewers, that's 10 people. That's 10 sets of eyes that are watching your content, and people who might get whatever you're talking about, right? Like, you can influence those people. And honestly, when it comes to influencing people, it's been proven, like, statistically, that people tend to trust smaller creators more in that sense than bigger. Does that make sense? Because your word seems more genuine than just, okay, whatever, I'm just doing it for the money, right? Micro influencers, it's true though. Like, I was reading about it, and I can totally see it, and I see it in action all the time. If you look on Twitter, you see all these creators that are not big, let's say, just hard number wise, but they are big in terms of influence. So, these are all things that you don't really know coming in. You think that what you need to be striving for is just numbers, like viewers, or whatever it is that you're grinding for. I hate that word.
So
I
what?
hate it.
Rise and grind.
I'm a huge JRPG fan, so I use that word constantly. Like, yep, time to grind.
No. Okay, in terms of games, you're allowed. In terms of video games, I don't have a problem with it. It's it's just that concept of work all the damn time that annoys me. It's just not just in streaming, everywhere. Like, no, like we're not meant to work all the time. We're not. Why would we do that? No, like, we need to take care of ourselves as well, whatever that means for each one of us.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, I know a lot of professional streamers, at this point, as a, and we're all hobbyists. Like, we're all small time, we're all small content creators. This isn't a job for any of us. And I see people all the time in this space saying, God, that's the dream, just to be a streamer for a living. And it's like, guys, that's work. I know that you think that it's all playing video games all day, and that's great. Dude, this is a job. Like sitting down for 7-8 hours a day and playing like that, I could not do that. Like, that is a job, man. And at some point, we all learn to resent our jobs. And, so sometimes we love our jobs, sometimes we don't love our jobs. And, being a streamer, as I know that it has its ups and it's got its fucking downs. And that's just the game. That's the name of the game, And I want to point out something that Nell said in chat. He said it really, really well. He said the value of a creator is more than a number. It's about their content, the community they foster, and the vibes they produce. And that's absolutely true. 100%. He nailed it. And it's something that we try to do in this community. You mentioned being genuine. Like, we are nothing if not genuine, and sometimes to a fault. Does anybody have any more questions for Eleni before we Finn, go ahead. Finn, I said yes, go ahead. Finn, your hand is up. Go
You
ahead.
never tell when Finn is trolling us.
He is trolling.
Finn, are you trolling?
Oh no, my screen, my feed froze. It's fine. I was like, I'm just gonna wait till they call on me. It's fine.
We're sitting here we're sitting here like, Finn, Jesus Christ.
You know what?
What are you doing?
He was maybe just like airing
It's
out
the
a little
perfect
bit.
Yeah, it's
amount
like,
of
woo.
build-up.
Really?
The perfect amount of build-up
Sweaty
for
in
what
here.
is inevitably going to be the dumbest question I ask for the
Amazing.
show.
I'll take
And you
that.
know
I'll
what's
take that
coming,
challenge.
John.
I'll take no.
You
no.
know what's coming.
I
So
hate
would
this
like you to
question.
know- I know you do.
God, I
which is why
hate this
gotta do it.
fucking question.
Uh-oh.
If you had to choose in your heart of hearts,
Oh God.
cake or pie?
Why do you ask that? We already know it's cake.
Is cheesecake a cake or a pie?
It is
Oh, good question.
dealer's choice. I've had to answer that a lot. It's in the nebulous gray zone, so I let the viewer think of that.
I mean,
Why
the
would
answer
you
is
do this to
cheesecake.
me? Yes, exactly. Like, wherever cheesecake falls, I guess.
Yeah.
But
In that case, pie.
Pie, huh?
No, cheesecake is cake. It's in the fucking name, Finn.
Yeah, I mean, it's cake, but also is it?
But it
like-
has like a bit of a crust to it.
Yeah, it's like a. God,
It might be
chat.
called a cake, but it's built like a pie.
Strong enough for a cake, but pH balance for a pie.
I have to go with cake. A whole cake made from cheese.
Cake.
Yes, it's a wheel of cheese. Yes.
If I could,
This
if I
sounds
can
like a.
But
This is like this is like one of those coffee talk skits from Saturday Night Live. Okay, here's your topic. Cheesecake is neither cheese nor cake. Discuss amongst yourselves. Like
if I can butt in,
please. Oh, was that meant to be a pun on
feel-
butts?
no,
Oh,
absolutely not.
okay.
There's no butt talk. I feel like cake is more likely to be better. Like the overall level of quality of cakes and enjoyment I get from them is better. But like I prefer pies, but I feel like pies are either really good, but they can also be like really bad. They can be way too dry.
Like-
or
like
like
The only good
I feel
pie
like a
is
bad cake is better than a bad pie. But
agreed.
the best pie is probably better than the best cake, and cheesecake, as I already said, is like
So
at the
so
top.
I don't
It rules supreme, right?
I don't
Yeah.
consider
Okay.
cheesecake a pie, and the only good pie is apple pie. That's the only pie worth eating. Sorry. That's just
I
a fact.
disagree, but you know,
Never
it's
had
okay.
a good strawberry rhubarb.
No, that's gross, and you know that's
What the
gross.
What?
Yeah,
You know
no.
what? I'm just gonna butt in and say,
Dude, a
John
rhubarb is a
always hates that I ask
vegetable.
This question.
A rhubarb
You know
is
what? John hates that I asked this question, but it always creates a great dialogue.
Okay.
And that is why I'll always ask
dude.
it.
A,
John
ru-
gets
a,
roped in every
a
time.
rhubarb
Every
is
time.
a vegetable. It's like a celery that has no place in a pie. That is no place in a pie. It's a
It's just as
vegetable.
valid as pineapple on pizza. Like, what's the problem?
Somebody in chat said pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie's bad.
Whoa.
Pumpkin pie is
I
real
agree
bad.
with you. I agree with you.
See,
I
thank
will
you.
agree
See,
with
look
you.
at that.
I am sorry, but pumpkin pie is not good.
It's terrible.
It's not a good pie.
It's
I haven't
awful.
had
Thank
sweets
you.
in,
It's
in
not
weeks.
good.
I don't want to talk about this, guys.
Are we gonna get canceled? Oh my god!
Ooh,
I
wait.
feel like if I say this like on Twitter, if I say that pumpkin pie is bad, especially if I say it during Halloween,
I'll say
I'm
it.
gonna get canceled so fast.
Man,
Like,
pumpkin pie sucks.
I'll say it right. Yeah, yeah.
agree.
CJ
You know what, it's
is
fine.
on the
there we
money.
go.
It's
I
it's
will
trash tier pie.
defend- I will die on that hill.
Although I will say, Finn said something in
But
chat.
only during Thanksgiving.
Hold
If
on,
you
I'm
try to
actually-
give it to me in June.
I'm
no,
actually
thank you.
Finn. I'm going to agree with you on what you said in chat.
Trash pie on
like-
Thanksgiving, right? Like
right? Yeah.
there's
Nobody wants that
so
shit.
many other good things to eat.
Nobody wants that shit.
A lot of people do though. People eat pumpkin pie. They buy
I don't know
pumpkin pie.
why.
They eat
Bro,
pumpkin
white
pie.
I don't know
people
why.
are the
It's
weirdest
like,
thing,
what?
man.
CJ.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys,
Okay,
man?
tell me
Fucking
this,
pumpkins and
tell me
pie?
this.
The
Wait,
fuck?
Okay, pumpkin spice. What is your opinion on
Pumpkin
spice?
spice is like in a
It is
drink.
the only proper
fucks
way
with
to
it.
ring in
Yes.
the fall.
I'll fucks with it. Okay.
You do.
but-
Like in what
you're
in what
fucking white.
sense?
The fuck is you?
Damn
why
it,
you guys have a
CJ.
pumpkin and
I
everything?
don't
Yeah,
like
fuck
Okay.
it. I do not like it. Like I
Finn-
tried a pumpkin spice latte, like not just once. I gave it a go a few times just to make sure, you know. And it always tastes like burnt shit. I don't know. It does. It tastes so bad. Okay, it doesn't taste like burnt shit,
Here's-
but it does taste burnt. You know, like I don't
my
know.
only contribution to the discourse, I give pumpkin to my dog when she starts throwing up. That's it. So that's why I associate
What
fucking
the
pumpkin.
fuck?
with. Yeah, congrats.
I will
hand
say,
pumpkin.
you know what?
If she's
You know what?
sick,
You know what? There is, Finn made a good point in chat. And I'm going to backtrack on my pie stance for one pie. Chicken pot pie is the shit. A
All right, yeah,
good chicken pot pie, a good
second.
flaky crust.
Okay. Look, you can't give a comparison between cakes and pies, meaning that you're comparing dessert pies. Okay?
Oh no, never said that.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
Eleni,
Okay.
Eleni,
Oh,
he
shut
didn't
up
say that.
now.
No, he
Shut
didn't say
up.
that.
Shut
A
up.
chicken pot
Bullshit.
pie is
You
a
didn't say
pie.
that. Okay, it is a pie,
It's a
but
pie.
you can't just lump in the savory pies as,
what's
as
having
well
a slice
now.
of chicken pot pie at night with a glass of
compare,
milk?
Like
I don't know.
I'm just saying. A chicken pot pie is a pie. It has all the characteristics of a
It's
pie.
like saying root beer is beer. That is not.
It is a
you
pie.
know
I'm
what
not
you're
saying
doing.
No.
it's not a pie. It's a pie.
It's a pie. It is a
It's
pie.
It is indeed a pie. But how can you compare the? Why are we talking about chicken pot pies now? Why are we
Because
talking about savory food?
Are pancakes cakes? Like,
Bec-
do you throw that in discussion?
Oh shit!
They're not
God damn it!
cakes at
No.
all.
Mm.
They're not cakes. Don't say that they're
Mm.
cakes.
The name, it's there. Zebra cakes.
Zebra cakes are cakes. Like
Zebra
they
cakes
are.
are cakes.
There we
like
go.
pancakes. Pancakes
They
are
are cakes. They're
cakes.
It's in the
cakes.
name. It's
Yeah,
in the name.
you know what?
Pan-
And that's
yeah.
why pizza pies are pies.
Is a
Oh, okay,
pizza
then.
a pie? No, we can't count
That's-
as a pizza as a pie because it's just a pizza.
Is
I mean,
a
it's
hot
in the
dog
name.
a
Isn't
I
that,
don't wanna
isn't that what
talk-
we're
I-
saying?
By
I
this
never want to
logic,
talk about
crumb cakes are cakes.
I just
We
want
have
to point
lost
out.
the plot.
I want to address something Eleni said. A hot dog is not a sandwich. That's fucked up.
Oh my god! Before you know, we're gonna be on the
Hot
popcorn.
dogs are-
No, that's
Is
fucking.
cereal soup?
Yeah, cereal is soup.
Cereal is not soup. What the fuck is that?
Cereal is soup.
The ocean,
Jesus
turns out
Christ.
The ocean is
Soup.
just a big soup.
What is wrong
Oh
with
my
you
God.
people? We've got hot dog. We got hot dog as a sandwich in chat. We got cereal
Pop-Tart is a
soup.
ravioli.
Whoa.
I just want
Pop-Tarts are-
to point out that very early on, I said we had spent more time on dumber topics.
Okay,
and
wait.
This is exactly
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on.
what I was
Hold on.
talking about.
Is bread pudding
So-
bread? Is bread pudding bread?
No, it's type of pudding.
Then how the
You know what,
fuck
though?
is it?
Rice pudding is legit. Let me tell you
Rice
about
is rice.
pudding.
No, okay,
Rice
all right.
pudding is amazing. Rice pudding.
Oh.
What? It's rice.
No, it's bad. It's real bad. Like,
It's-
like
It's rice pudding.
fucking hot dog is a sandwich. Like, I can't get past this. Like,
Huh?
No.
Is it though? I
no,
asked.
the defining characteristic of sandwich is two separate pieces of bread with a
Is it?
with
Is it? Who
with
says
yes,
that?
it is. No, that because the Earl of Sandwich back in the 1600s when he invented sandwiches was like, look, he sat down, he was like, look, this hot dog bullshit. No, like
When
Don
you
is
the
get
getting
a
bread.
What the
fucking
fuck is-
sandwich, the chances that the bread is not gonna be entirely separated are really high. Just so
Yeah, like-
you know, you
like
just
a- like-
slice
okay.
it, you
No.
put the shit so that it doesn't fall off two sides. It's not
A pe-
completely cut off.
Of-
It's not if you know
Is
it.
pita not
it's
bread?
not if you know
No,
it.
it's a
Pita-
company.
No, pita is bread. Pita is bread, but
You don't.
but you don't make a fucking sandwich out of pita or naan.
could.
No, because the
Fucker.
defining characteristic of a
Fucker.
sandwich is two pieces of bread, you fucker. Like, that's what a sandwich is. That's what a You just called me a fucker. How I can't
No,
call
so
you a
stop
fucker?
gatekeeping fucking food.
I'm not
John. It's-
gatekeeping
it's
food.
bread.
I'm not
It's
gatekeeping
bread.
food. I'm
You
saying
put shit in it.
no, a fucking
put shit in
sandwich.
it.
Listen to
It's a
me.
fucking
A
sandwich.
fucking sandwich. A fucking sandwich is two pieces of bread with the accoutrement in between them. Okay?
So what
Now-
do you call a fucking half sandwich?
There's no
What
such thing
piece
as
of
a
bread do you
fucking
fold?
half sandwich. You go sandwich or you go
Fucking
nothing.
piece of bread.
No, you go all the way or you go nothing. That's bullshit. No.
A quesadilla is a sandwich.
Oh my god.
sure.
No.
It's a melt. Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you know what? Yeah, I'll throw that. It's a panini.
It's just
It's
waffle
a
with
Mexican
two
panini.
shells.
Oh my god. A panini? It's a panini?
It's a Mexican panini. We'll
Okay,
call
you
it
know
that.
what?
We're
You know
gonna call
what?
it-
Fine. If that's the way we want to take, if that's what we want, if that's how we want to take it, if that's the game we want to play,
You're gonna say something stupid
No,
right now.
no,
Say
that
something
big-
stupid.
those
A
big-
pizza. A
no,
pizza is
those
an open
big-
face sandwich.
those big fucking tortilla scoops, you know, the tortilla scoops, those are fucking cups. Okay? Those are
Yes,
cups.
They are.
You can eat the
Yeah.
yeah. You can put Sprite in there if you
Yeah.
want. If
Fine.
you
Yeah,
really
no,
fucking
we
wanted to,
agree.
you
They're
could.
cups.
Yeah, it's a
They're-
fucking
they're
cup.
s-
Yes,
they're
they are.
cups.
They are cups. No one is saying they're not.
Motherfucker, you're gatekeeping fucking
I was
sandwiches. What is your deal?
literally not I was literally not expecting anybody to agree with cups, and now I don't know where
No.
the fuck to go.
Yeah, bro. You didn't expect that, did you?
No, I didn't expect that, CJ.
Wow.
Clearly, they're cups.
To be fair,
No, I
he's so
disagree
used to
with.
people not agreeing with him that he just lashes out
No
indiscriminately.
matter what.
CJ and
Yeah.
I are gonna have words after this podcast about sandwiches.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about
I
sandwiches.
eat a
Oh,
lot,
man.
John. Don't underestimate
Oh.
me.
I eat a lot
I'll fuck
too.
with
Have you
food.
seen my
I'll fuck
kitchen?
with food.
Just saying, dude.
What about Oreos? What about
That's a sa-
Oreos?
An Oreo is a
Sandwich
sandwich.
cookie.
That's a
Cookie
sandwich. Yeah,
sandwich.
an Oreo is a
Yes.
sandwich. An Oreo is absolutely a sandwich.
It is.
It meets the definition. It
But
does.
John, it's not two
Oh.
pieces of bread. It's
No,
two
but it's
cookies.
two pieces
Oh,
of a it's two pieces of a baked substance. with-
Oh, now we're
with
moving the
accoutrement.
goalposts.
bread.
No,
Moving the
no.
goalposts.
No,
Okay.
I'm not moving the goalpost. What I'm saying,
Yeah,
You moved
yeah.
them so
Bread-
Answer the
far.
questions
no.
in chat, John.
No,
How you
no,
gonna call an
no,
Oreo
no, no,
sandwich
no,
but
no,
not
no,
a
no.
quesadilla?
How do you
You're
make
gonna
bread?
call exactly. Thank you for pointing out the
Not even a
hypocrisy of that.
quesadilla.
Thank
a fucking
you.
pita bread is it's a sandwich, John.
No.
If Oreo's a
How
sandwich, pita-
no? How do you make?
Tortilla.
okay, look,
Oh my
how do
God.
you make bread? You bake it, right? How do you make Oreo fucking cookies, right? You bake the cookie parts, right? And you
How
put
do
the
you
shit
make, how to
in
make
between
pita?
them.
How to make a fucking pita?
Oreo cookie, the outside of an Oreo cookie is the fucking cousin of bread.
Oh wait, what's that, John? You can bake pita. You can bake pita.
You know what? What's the next topic? We'll move on to the next
No,
topic.
Fuck you, John.
Wow.
No,
We're
man.
gonna talk about video games.
How dare
Yeah,
you
John.
how dare you speak to me like that?
Oh,
How dare you
This
speak to me like
is
that? I just
the
want-
best thing I've ever
I'm
accomplished.
gonna buy you a sandwich, John.
Thank
know
you.
what?
What's that?
I'll buy you a sandwich.
Are you gonna buy me a
Alright?
sandwich? Okay, next PAX, buy me a sandwich.
Yeah, hot dog.
Buy you a sandwich.
It's not a hot dog.
No,
No.
a hot dog. Your choice. No, either a
CJ,
hot dog, a quesadilla, or some pita. Your
CJ,
choice. Pick
CJ,
one of those
if
three.
when we're at PAX and you walk up to me and say, "John, I got you a sandwich," and you give me a hot dog, I'm not gonna say live where that hot dog's going. Okay,
It's gonna
like
take
it's
it
going.
and throw it on the ground.
I'm gonna-
You're gonna
He
eat
threw
it.
it on the
gonna-
ground.
I-
You're gonna eat it.
What you
You're
think?
gonna
I'm
be
stupid?
grateful. You're gonna be grateful that I bought you.
My
something,
dad is
John.
not a phone.
So I just want
This
to point
is
out.
not a sandwich.
I just want-
Duh.
I just want to point out something that CJ said. Like, I would take the Eleni route and say this is not a sandwich, but that I would also thank CJ for his gift, and I would eat the hot dog.
Good. Eat the hot dog, John.
I would eat the hot
You
dog.
waste
sandwich.
food.
Eat
I
the
just I
fucking
would not
sandwich,
eat the
John.
sandwich because that's not a
Eat the
sandwich.
fucking sandwich.
I would
John.
not eat the sandwich. I would not eat the sandwich.
Eat the fucking.
This is the best conversation we've ever had on this podcast. All right.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I love how we're gonna shift from that into like a serious topic. Like,
Are
Oh, are
we?
we?
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, that's the good shit. That's the good shit. Okay, so that was great. That was actually really good.
Was it though?
Wait. Someone clip that. Please, someone clip him saying that for the next time he gives me shit for asking that question. I need that on the standby.
Finn, I
Please,
have given you
somebody.
props plenty of times. Plenty of times. What are you talking about? I've never given you props.
Yeah,
for
but
something.
knowing you, you're gonna deny it later.
Oh,
You're
Oh,
gonna-
I
you're
will.
gonna- you're-
I will absolutely deny it
Exactly.
later, for sure.
Not for that question though. You gave
Absolutely
him shit
sure.
for asking it, and now
I
I just
did.
gotta,
I did.
Yeah. It was a good question. It led to a very, very interesting discussion, I think.
Thank you. I
So
very much appreciate that.
speaking of an interesting, Finn's entire online career just got validated. Speaking of interesting conversation, so this is something that has been making the rounds for the past week, and I thought that it was worth mentioning, because we talk a lot about representation in this industry and why it's so important. But we don't, not that we don't talk about it, but much less often we talk about cultural representation on the developer side when it comes to making specific games. And I got turned on to this the other day. So there is a game about Native American culture called This Land Is My Land. That's the name of the game. And they had put a tweet out. The developers had put the tweet out about they were fixing a bug or something, right? And they said, "Get ready to get in here, chiefs." And like, so I saw that, and I'm like, okay, that's not a great way to frame that. And then in the very next tweet, they said, "We have no Native Americans on our team." And that, and so I started looking deeper into it. And the exact tweet was, so here's the actual tweet. Developer announcement: as we unveil a new server infrastructure and a minor game update, a short social services outage, that's what it was, may occur tomorrow on Wednesday, the 7th of April. Thanks for your patience, chiefs. And they went on, and they went on to say, though we have no indigenous people on our development team, we have some in our community, and we are always open to feedback. And it's like, no, it gets better. It gets better. They said, we have researched our project for years before making them and before making them known and respected for making historical based games on Steam. Native American history is a passion for each of us here, and we are honored to have been able to bring it to life. There is no specific tribe represented, and truthfully, nothing in the game slanders the Native American community. In a tweet the following day, they gave a survival update, and they said, test the survivalist in you with our brand new realistic damage and needs treatment system, alcoholic drinks. So you think so as if you're not aware, alcoholism is a very common trope in depictions of Native Americans, and one that's not true, right? Like it's 100% not true. But that's the trope. And then if you look at their Twitter profile, or not the Twitter profile, but they did an AMA on Reddit, and this is I'm sure you can already imagine where this is going to go. They were asked, God, this is so fucking cringy. They were asked, in what ways do you believe that the concepts of vengeance and claiming ownership by force, i.e. taking land from Native Americans, in this land is my land, are relatable or applicable to our modern socio-political environment? And their response was, we're making games, we're not getting into politics. And the reply to them was, thank you for your thoughtful reply. And they said, you're welcome. And it's like,
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And I'm just like, oh,
I know.
God.
It's infuriating, honestly.
This is so I'm looking at all of it, and there's more, right? Like there's more. But a lot of people, the usual crowd, the usual idiots have been saying, well, they can make the game they want, right? Like, they can make the game. That's true. They can. But it is completely valid to assume that a game steeped in Native American culture is going to include Native American developers on the team. And it's just as valid to say, what the fuck, when you find out that there are none. It's just a bunch of white people. And, if you look at their Reddit page, they're falling back into the whole, well, we're not getting into politics. Motherfucker, you can't sit here and tell me that you have researched what happened to Native Americans during the American colonization, and then in the very next breath say, we're not getting into politics. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? The whole game is about resisting colonization. What the fuck are you talking about? And so I wanted to pose the question to all of you and chat as well. When we get into topics like this, and like what can we do to better ensure that these development teams are staffed by at least some people with skin in the game, like with some kind of connection to the culture that the game is actually depicting. What can be done, and why hasn't it been done yet? Why is this taking so long, and why are we not there yet? Like, I'm looking at this. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, because the people in charge, I always hate to come across as cynical, but like the people who run the games industry are like white dudes still, and they have no motivation, they have no incentive to change. They have very little perspective, and I think they flat out honestly, they don't try. And all it takes is just opening your eyes and ears and listening to people and just making the tiniest bit of effort to just realize that, like, hey, there's like a huge range of different types of people from different backgrounds out there. But like, you could never attempt. I don't even feel comfortable talking about this topic because like I'm a straight white dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you can feel comfortable making a game about an entirely different culture without a single person able to represent that. So like, I don't know. That's like, the answer is to diversify your teams. Like, bring on people with different backgrounds who can tell different perspectives and tell different stories. And especially if you're making a game this specifically about a culture, like, you have to do your due diligence. So that's what they can do is fucking hire people and hire the right people and hire the people that actually know what they're talking about. That's really all I can say on it.
Finn, go ahead, bud.
You know what it strikes me as? The complete ethical antithesis to how Sucker Punch approached Ghost of Tsushima.
Interesting. I hadn't considered that, Finn. Can you elaborate on that?
Because, well, I mean, Sucker Punch is a Western studio that
Right.
decided to make a game about an entirely different culture, but they approached it with a reverence and respect and got all kinds of feedback and worked really hard to make it feel authentic and respectful. And then you have this company, which is also making a game on a different culture, and gives no fucks about trying any of that. And that was the first, like, when I think about an example of it being done properly, it's Ghost of Tsushima and how Sucker Punch approached it. And then this is just blatant racism. And then they use the laziest excuse, which is just the excuse du jour of this generation, which is we don't want to get political. That's the
God, I hate that
cop
fucking
outiest
shit.
answer that you just, and it's because
God.
it's a dog whistle for a very specific group of people, and they'll
Yes.
rush to their aid at that point. It doesn't matter what it is. If you say,
Oh, it's
we
already
just didn't want to
happening.
get political,
Yeah.
of course it is, because they know, and that's the out. You say that, and then suddenly you've just washed your hands clean, and nothing you do at that point is ever going to remove that group of people away from your support. Not you are set with them.
There's, I feel like the majority of games contain some type of, politics in them, but it's just it's not far away from us. I don't know what people think politics is exactly. It's just politicians just talking on a stand or something. But no, that's not what politics, like, it's such a broad subject, right? And you're talking about wars and colonization and people that suffered. Are you saying we're not going to get into politics? Then what is colonization exactly? What is it? What does it fall under? If not politics, then what is it? You know what I mean? Like, you can't. There's no way you're going to, like, I don't know, work on a subject that is so, like, it has caused so much hurt, so much pain, so much suffering, like, so much history there, and you're going to attack the subject with so much ignorance and so much arrogance and so much like, I don't understand, really. Like, I was reading all these things, and I'm not gonna say that I'm getting infuriated on behalf of Native Americans. I'm not doing that. I'm getting infuriated because you see devs not giving a shit about anything other than just just fulfilling their whatever they have, like, as a dream to make this specific type of game for some reason, right? It's like,
Right.
no, we make something else. If you don't want to get in the tiniest trouble to consult someone who knows about, who is a native, consult someone, for God's sakes. There's so many people out there. Get the opinion of these people. You're trying to tell their story. How are you going to do that? Really? You studied? That's your... No, come on now. Like, you clearly have not, okay? It's very obvious, because if you had, you would not be having racist depictions of these people on your fucking game, Like, clearly, you're not the expert on the subject, So, okay. Because I saw all of these, Discord messages, too, with, like, Native American people saying, I'm here. Hire me. Like, I'll do whatever, the job for you. I'm here. Like, I'll tell you, what you need to do. And they're like, no, we got it. Our game is fine. We got a base of players for our
Right.
games. Like, we're doing just fine. Thank you. It's like, oh, okay, motherfucker. Like, what? What? It's just so damn disrespectful.
So
Damn disrespectful.
we talk about the cop out of, well, we don't want, we're not looking to get political. And there's two things about this that piss me off. One, look, politics are politics. There's nothing political about somebody's life. Okay? There's nothing political about somebody's gender. There's nothing political about somebody's sexual orientation. There's nothing political about the way somebody chooses to live their life. There's nothing political about there's nothing political about a human being. Okay? Human beings are human beings. There's nothing. This isn't playing politics. This is a depiction of something that happened in real life. Like this shit happened. Nobody's making it up. It's not based in fiction. And it there is a fear, and I'm going to tie this into 6 Days in Fallujah real quick. And I hate bringing that fucking game back up, but it's relevant. 6 Days in Fallujah is happening because there is an extreme reluctance in American media to depict U.S. forces as the antagonists. There just is, like, that's the way it is. What happened during the period of American colonization, we were absolutely the bad guys. 100%. There's no doubt about it. Like, that's history. We were the bad guys. In Iraq, we were the bad guys. In many scenarios, we fucking invaded another country. But even in 6 Days in Fallujah, that viewpoint is not being explored. You know? Or at least it doesn't appear to be. Based on the statements of the developers, it doesn't appear that they are going to explore that. Telling stories is fine. But you have to be willing, like you know, like American history isn't all wine and roses. Like, we have some dark fucking periods of American history, darker than many other countries that we look down on. And we have to be willing to admit that. There's nothing political about this. And you know, the other thing that really bugs me about all this stuff, when you're talking about This Land Is My Land or 6 Days in Fallujah or anything else like that, there are so many developers in this industry who are not straight white men, who are talented, who are ready to work. I mean, the point's been made in chat over and over that there are a multitude of talented Native American developers in this industry. Any one of them could have been consulted. I know offers. I know for a fact that offers went out to the developers and they were declined.
Exactly, they were declined. Isn't that crazy?
Like
how,
you you know,
they should have been elated to get this feedback, right? They should be so yeah. Lemon Corner in chat says they should have been enthused.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, oh yeah, thank you so much for helping us make something that is not disrespectful, that is not going to cause harm to anyone, right? No, but they don't care. That's the thing. Like, I'm sorry. It's
no, don't be sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't like getting angry. But like, some topics are gonna make me angry, right? Like, I get angry when I see ignorance at play. I get angry because there's no reason why. Like, you can tell so many stories, and you choose to tell this story that you cannot really tell on your own, and you just choose to do it on your own for some dumb reason in your head, you know? You know what I mean? Like, choose something else so that you are able to you know, you're able to tell that story because you know what you're talking about. Like, there's some topics that, not I could not talk about a lot of experiences that I have no clue about, you know? And if for some reason I chose to tell a story like that in the future, I would definitely talk to the people who have had these experiences instead of me. You know, I would definitely, you know, get information from them, right? Like, isn't that what every like person who has 2 brain cells would do?
Right.
I'm thinking, right? So that, okay, all right, just ask someone.
So
there's people around like that.
There are.
You know, there are.
And
In game development as well, not just, you know, regular people off the street, just in game dev. Like, you can find the game devs that you need, you know?
Real quick, John.
No, don't go ahead.
In chat, Pank Dabbles is the person that originally made the viral tweet thread bringing this to everyone's attention.
Yeah, I tweeted her.
And they just said that they've actually been banning native people from their servers who are offering feedback and trying to help with education. I had not seen that.
That's so fucked
That
up.
is next level. Like, that is just going out of your way.
That is so fucked up.
Oof.
That is
Wow.
that is something else right there. Like you've
this
literally
game's gonna do great. Mm-hmm.
You've I get, you know, some people might say, well, by talking about it, you're just bringing attention to it, right? Like, you're just amplifying it. And I get that. But this ties into something else I want to say. Like, you know, for anybody who's listening to this on you know, podcast services, who's not actually watching the stream, like, we got 5 people on the night. 3 of us are straight white men. So I know it probably comes off as a little disingenuous for us to talk about this. We are not Native Americans. We're not. But I feel like it's important. That makes it more important for people like us to shine a light on this stuff, because this industry is dominated by people who look like us. It's dominated by people who look like us. And, you know, I mean, look, we're sitting here talking about a fucking game about Native American culture with no Native Americans actually involved in making it. Like if you needed any more fucking proof that the video game industry is dominated by white men, there you fucking go. Like, I mean, what more do you need? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
Right.
it's so it is, I do understand that it might come off as a bit disingenuous for the three of us to talk about this stuff, but that's why I consider it important that we do. Because this is gonna take, this is gonna take everybody. We're not gonna have change unless we talk about this stuff. And we need change. We desperately need fucking change in this industry. Like imagine if somebody had said, we're gonna make a game steeped in sub-Saharan African culture, which we need, by the way, and it's made completely without the end. It's made with zero Africans, zero African Americans, none. Just a bunch of white people. Like, what the fuck is that all about? And this is no different to me. This is no different. And it's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, troubling me a great deal more than I actually had anticipated. Because there's just something deeply wrong at the core of that. Man, I don't know. Like, and of course the vitriol that I've seen over this on Twitter. Like, I've tried not to amplify it too much, simply because I feel like the more, because I've got 12,500 followers on Twitter, right? Like, I'm not trying to get anybody's mentions all fouled up by a bunch of people who are defending this shit. But at the same time, like, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Like, look at the fucking, like, we have several Native American individuals in our chat right now. Welcome. And they are clearly hurt by this. This is something that is painful for them, and I don't fucking blame them. And I wish I knew what the fucking solution was. Like I wish I knew what to say or do to change this shit. And I just don't fucking get it, man. I don't understand it. I don't. It's just, it reeks of arrogance for a group of individuals to make a game about Native American culture and not include a single Native American individual in the development process. Not one. That is so fucking arrogant. We watched Dances with Wolves like 10 times, man. Okay, like we got it, dude.
We did a research.
We know all about
okay?
it. We know all about it. Okay, we watched The Last Mohican. We got it. Like, I mean, what the fuck?
You know what? You know what it is, though. I'm not gonna pretend that I have not made mistakes. Like, I've made mistakes, big mistakes too. And I think that, okay, everyone does. Everyone makes mistakes, right? But let's say that your intent was good. You wanted to make something with good intent, blah, 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 blah. But for whatever reason, let's say that you made something, you created something, but the group that you created it for, or, the group that you're depicting in your story is angry about this, is clearly feeling wronged about this. Then what is going to, what are you going to be judged on, is your reaction to that. It's not that you made this mistake, let's say, that you misrepresented a people, is that you do not accept any criticism on it. You do not accept criticism from the people that you are trying to depict and you are trying to monetize off of, right? It's like, that is the problem. That is the issue.
Yep.
People just they don't like to just take a look at a situation and say, oh, shit, okay, I have new information that I was not aware of before, and now I see that I messed up. I see the wrong in what I've done, and let's fix this. Let's make it. Hey, and no one said, okay, scrap everything. They could have done something good with this. They could have done something that Native American people would be proud to, be a part of, maybe, participate in the development of, play. Now, no one wants to play that shit. Well, only, people who cares about these people, just
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
Like it pisses me
Yeah.
off, and we won't give them any more breath. What I will say is, before we launch into our final topic here for the next 20 minutes, is we do have some new people in chat tonight, so welcome, friends. Can we get a Discord? Can we get a Discord link in the chat, please? SDGC is not just a podcast. Of course, we have a Discord community with over 300 people, with multiple channels. We talk about games and movies and mental health, and we like to keep it nice and inclusive. And we would love, and positive, at least as positive as you can be these days. And we would love it if all of our new viewers in chat visited our Discord and joined our little community, our little family. Nell is super special, and yes, he's correct. You should join the Discord. Absolutely, Nell's in there. If Nell's in there, why aren't you? That's my question.
That's a good question.
Absolutely,
John, can I say one more thing?
please. No, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not trying to speak for someone I can't represent, but I know earlier on you mentioned, there's a lot of talk about Native Americans, and you mentioned, the history of America being steeped with racism and stuff like that. And I mean, this is getting a little off topic from like the games industry, but just speaking generally,
Please.
as a Canadian, I think Canada, it seems internationally, at least compared to the US, has a reputation for being like a little perfect, and like all the racism and guns and stuff is like an American thing, but like Canada is super racist, and Canada's. I mean, I hope I get my terminology right. Typically here, I would refer to it as Indigenous peoples. 1 in 20 Canadians is Indigenous or First Person. That's a lot. That's 5% of the whole population.
That's a lot.
1 in 20, 5% of the population.
That's a lot.
Wow.
And
I did not know that.
The racism and the historical treatment by the federal governments is real, and none of these people's stories are told either, whether it's through movies or TVs or games. And we have all the same problems here, and I just want to make sure that doesn't get overlooked. And it's not just like an American problem. This is a problem globally and across the world, and especially all across North America. And everyone deserves their stories to be told, and these people exist too, and they exist as well. If you're looking to make games about Canadian Indigenous people, they're here, and I'm sure they would love to tell their stories too. So that's all I can really say is that shit exists and it's real.
That's really sad. That's really depressing, man. Well, we will not give them another moment of our time tonight, but I did feel like that was important. That was an important thing for us to talk about. And we do have, we do have one more topic to launch into, and that is we're going to end this on a more positive note. MLB The Show coming to Game Pass, which is a herald of games being like so. So for anybody who isn't aware, like how long has MLB been a PlayStation exclusive? I mean, since inception, but I don't know when the game actually first. Like when did the first game come out? Does anybody know? The first MLB The Show game. When was that?
I want to say
for the
2000s?
PS2. Yeah,
PS2.
I'm looking it up right now.
So it's been a while, right?
It's MLB The Show. It debuted in 2006 for the PS2 and PSP.
Okay, so that's
because they used to have the 989 Sports franchise, and then Sony took over.
So that's a long fucking time, and all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, nobody saw this coming. It pops up on Xbox Game Pass, and of course, go ahead.
I just want to say, I wouldn't say no one saw it coming, because we heard a year ago they announced it was like part of the renewed license with MLB that it would be multi-platform.
Okay, look, I didn't pay attention to that. Okay, so I didn't see it coming.
Okay, that's all right. We knew it was coming to 90%. We knew it was coming to Xbox, but you're right that nobody expected it to be on Game Pass day one.
Yes,
I just want to clarify that.
That's totally what I meant.
That's the part that's throwing people off.
Yeah, no,
I expected it to go multi.
I totally meant Game Pass. Like nobody saw it coming to Game Pass. Like obviously we saw it coming to Xbox. I mean, come on, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Anyway, please continue. Or is that all you got?
No, I don't. Okay.
So
I mean, I guess
no. I can keep going if you need me to.
No, I got it. I mean, like I feel like I'm one of the few people on this show that probably is. I mean, I play sports games and I love the show. I stop buying it every year. I buy it like every 2 years now. But yeah, I mean, like I don't know where you're gonna go with the discussion. My opinion is it's great. this is
I think it's
in
good.
my opinion. I mean, sports games get a lot of shit for phoning it in every year, providing minimal changes and updates, and charging. I mean, up here $80 or $90 now a year for the same game essentially, and the show is one of the best sports games on the markets. They always have some kind of significant or meaningful changes and updates, and I think the quality is among the highest on the market. And it's on a new platform, and like it's accessible as shit. People can play it for a few bucks a month, and I'm honestly just excited that like a whole nother platform is going to get to experience an awesome baseball game. And it's nothing but good news.
You
So
would
that's
think
my take
that.
on it.
You would
You know what?
think
It's
that.
hilarious because friend of the show, Matt Piscatella, is one of the most diehard MLB The Show fans I've
That
ever
dude
met.
spends thousands on Diamond
yeah.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
Like his clocked time on that franchise is in the multiple thousands. And he's an NPD analyst. Like this is his career. He was gobsmacked by this appearing on Game Pass. If he didn't expect it, I don't think any rational person would have been like, not only is MLB The Show going to hit multi-platform, but they're going to charge full price on PlayStation and give a Game Pass option to Xbox players. If you had told me that last month, I would have laughed in your face.
Bro, I just want you to know I totally expected it.
You literally didn't even know what we were talking
I totally expected it. That's just what I wanted you to think. Trying to draw you into my web.
Yeah.
But no, like the reactions to this on social media have been pure gold, because as soon as the news dropped, like my PlayStation 5 was rendered inert and useless. Like the whole thing just shut down. At least that's what social media would have you believe, right? It's like, oh well, fucking PlayStation's
mine
done.
Just caught on fire.
Absolutely.
Like,
I don't.
literally.
Yeah, a baseball literally flew through
Sorry,
Eleni's
it
window and smashed right in her PS5 and broke it.
It's true.
Like,
and then it caught on fire.
yeah,
Then the fire
and that
happened.
baseball was thrown by Xbox. That baseball was thrown by Phil Spencer.
You know what happened after it hit my PlayStation 5 and after my PlayStation caught on fire? I caught that baseball and I looked at it and it had an X on
Absolutely, it did.
I don't know. I'm not saying anything, and I'm just.
Oh
yeah, and then Eleni's.
I have breaking news, John.
And then Eleni's phone rang and she picked it up and went hello, and a voice said, "I hope you got the message." Click. Like it was.
Didn't share it, but that actually happened also.
What is the breaking news, Finn? What
I
is
have
the breaking news?
Jim Ryan has just come out with a statement saying he doesn't understand why anyone likes baseball, and that Sony will no longer be supporting it. It's the darndest thing.
That is the greatest thing I've heard all podcasts.
Finn,
thank you so much, because fuck baseball. It's the most boring shit in the world. No offense to anyone here.
I'm a huge Cubs fan.
I never understood baseball personally, but then again, I don't know.
I'm a huge Cubs fan, but I hate playing. Like the only sports games I like to play are NHL games because I'm a bigger hockey fan. But yeah, like I think this is a good thing. Like there was actually a take I saw on Twitter today where somebody was like, "This is a plot by Xbox to ruin my summer," and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? Like calm down. Like you're still gonna be able to play it on your PS5. Like this doesn't like Xbox. Like Phil Spencer didn't inject a sequel code into PlayStation 5's firmware that's going to shut down every digital copy of the show on PlayStation. Like, it's just not the way this works. Like, I think it's the same reaction people have when, like, PS5 games come to PC, right? Like, and people are like, oh, this isn't exclusive anymore. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, more people are able to play it. Who gives a shit? Like, people freaked out when Octopath Traveler dropped on Game Pass. Like, this is a Nintendo exclusive and now it's ruined. And it's like, well, who gives a fuck? Like more people get to play this wonderful game. Why aren't you happy? Like, we should be happy about this.
It's kind of like when people ask for their student loans to be canceled, and then you got the people saying, "But I paid for them. You should pay for them too." It's kind of like that. Like in the same vein that if I paid for something, you should pay at least the same amount for you to be able to enjoy it. Because then, if you don't, I'll get mad about it.
I can't believe
it's all you really selfish, It's just it is what it is.
These fucking millennials and their toast and their avocado, like fucking wanting everything handed to them. Bleh. Like I mean, go ahead, Jeff.
I don't know.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, to me, the takeaway is like, I honestly feel like people just need to wake the fuck up that this is the way the industry is going, and this is a momentous occasion because it's a first-party game from the market-leading platform publisher, not only appearing on their main competitor's platform, but on their premier service. That, like, I mean, let's be real, Microsoft still sells hardware, but their game is Game Pass. So this, like, I mean, this is a big deal, and this is where the future is going.
The future.
And you're gonna see more of this stuff in the next 5 to 10 years. So, like, just get over it and get used to it, and just accept it that games are gonna be in more than one place, and there's gonna be multiple ways to play them, and some of them are gonna be cheaper than others. And if you don't like it, you need to change, or you're going to be miserable for a long time.
The future. No, yeah. but like, you know, when God of War pops up on Game Pass, then you can start asking questions about Sony, like what's going on, like, or when Mario pops up on PlayStation Now, like you could start going, Nintendo's acting kind of suspicious. What's happening here? Like, but I mean, this was never a first party. Like, there's a misconception about the show, right? Like, it was never a first-party PlayStation game. Like, they had a contract with the MLB. Like it's not like this was, you know, an in-house developed PlayStation game, because it wasn't.
Well, I mean, it is, but like you said, they had the license.
That's what I mean, right? Yeah, this isn't like a Naughty Dog game.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of both. Like, it is first party, which is why it's a big deal, but.
Oh, well, then I'm wrong.
It sounds like MLB stepped in and was like, okay, like, we realize that, you know, there's a whole other part of the games industry that we're missing out on, and you need to either like put it on there, or we're going to take this away.
So I just want to point out that I was 50% right about that point I made. I was 50. So sure, it was indeed a first party game, but I still claim 50%.
It's not a first party
answer.
IP.
So I was right. So I was 100% right then. Thank you for clarifying that, Jeff. I was 100% right.
Oh my God, that's not what I.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Anyway, moving on. That's probably all we can get from that topic. And it's been kind of a light week on. It's been kind of a light week for news. You know, I was hoping. So there was a ton of. I saw what you put in chat, Jeff, and I'm not going to let it slide. But I was hoping that we would have that big Nintendo Switch Online revamp that everybody was like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Of course, it didn't happen, because that's not a thing that's going to happen. But yeah, this is just one of those weeks where there wasn't a whole lot going on, but I feel like we managed to get a pretty good podcast out of it. Sure. 30 minutes of it was devoted
mostly because of our guest.
Well, one, we had an excellent guest, and two,
that's what guests are for.
Absolutely.
You know?
And of course, you know, we had a lot of good food discourse.
Food discourse is best discourse. Sorry.
I agree with you.
No, absolutely.
It's just the truth.
Like the fact that ketchup is trash, and everybody knows ketchup is trash.
Who's
like,
saying that ketchup is trash? What is this
it's
now?
bad.
Are you serious?
Ketchup and mayonnaise are both bad. Ketchup and mayonnaise are bad.
Who likes ketchup here? I'm sorry. Is this opinion shared with everyone on the podcast?
Ketchup's good if used correctly.
Ketchup is tomato sauce with sugar.
Ketchup is only to be used as an ingredient for cocktail sauce.
Ketchup is a smoothie.
Ketchup is a tomato smoothie. He's right. CJ's right.
I am just a Creole mustard kind of guy.
Creole mustard is very fucking good. Creole mustard is fucking out. Anything Creole, period. Creole seasoning is awesome. Wait, catsup?
If it comes from my land of NOLA, you know it's good, and that's just how it is. I apologize for being right.
So wait, you don't like tomatoes? Is that what the problem is?
I love tomatoes. I don't think tomatoes have any place on it. Tomatoes have no place in anything that isn't a sauce or a salad or like a burger. But
what is ketchup then? Like a condiment, you'll say.
No, because I want the crunch. No, I want the crunch of that nice, crisp, fresh tomato on my BLT or my burger.
I agree with you.
But,
I don't disagree.
Well, you never put ketchup on a BLT.
Exactly.
No, but
BLT
what I'm saying is
the tomato.
But
it's not ketchup.
But it's what CJ said. It's basically pouring a tomato smoothie on your food, and that's not cool. Like, would you pour a protein smoothie on your burger? No, of course not. It's the same thing with ketchup. You're just
John, why are you
oozing.
creating problems that don't exist, man?
I'm
What the
not
hell?
creating. No, all I am offering.
Exactly, he is. Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
What a
No.
bizarre thing, bro. It's a sandwich. Again, you don't have
It's
to.
not
like,
a
eat-
fucking
You have to
no.
put things. You have to put
Yes,
things in
you
if you don't want
take
to.
the
You're
hot
good.
dog
You're
that is
good,
a
man.
sandwich, and
Oh
you put ketchup
my
in it,
god!
and you eat
Would you
That's
put?
it.
Would you?
Good,
Would you
man,
put
like-
mayonnaise? Would you put mayonnaise on a hot dog? Would you put
Yeah.
mayonnaise on? No.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I would.
Mayo is bad.
And a
Mayo
Colombian
is
hot dog, yeah?
garbage.
Mayo is
The fuck?
bad.
Mayo is
Oh
bad.
my god.
Mayo is.
There are good types of mayo, but
Okay, what about fries with mayo?
Ew!
Amazing.
No.
Oh,
White people
Only in
have,
Europe.
have only
Only
done
in
like a
Europe.
limited
Yes, in Europe.
number of
Amazing.
good
I'm
things.
Very
European,
different
okay?
than what we're known here.
Okay, there you go. See,
maybe
you
there's
have
different
not
types
had,
of mayo out there that are good, but not like that North American like.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, all right, okay.
Although I will
Okay,
say that
maybe.
Jeff is in a country where they put cheese curds and gravy on fries.
Yeah, poutine,
Yeah.
baby.
Are you trying to
Poutine.
say
I
that
want to
bad
have
to do?
poutine. I
Talking
want to
about-
have poutine.
It's actually so. I've only had poutine once, and it was bad poutine. Unfortunately, it was actually.
Did
at
you get
PAX.
it from Montreal?
No, I got it in Seattle at PAX it was a launch party for the Messenger, and
Don't
we
get
were on
poutine
the.
from Seattle.
It
folks.
was real bad
Why?
poutine. It was.
Yeah.
In fact, when I walked into the rooftop party, Genevieve, who's Greg Miller's wife, was telling everybody, she was like, the poutine. She's Canadian. She was like, the poutine's really bad, and like just warning you straight up. So like, if this is your first experience with poutine, this is not good poutine. And she was right. It was terrible. Like I was like, oh, this is garbage. This is really fucking bad. But I want to try good poutine because cheese curds and gravy on crispy fries does sound pretty fucking good.
It does. It
I'm
does.
fucking hungry.
Fries
now.
are so good.
Fries
I'm
are fucking
also
steak
hungry.
fries, especially
You
are the
shut
best
Don't
your
worry,
fries.
we're not doing,
The
we're not doing the steak
show
fry
is
talk. We're
over.
not
The
doing
show's
that.
over. We are
No.
not doing this.
Eleni, would you agree
What,
that
talking about fries?
no steak fries are the best fry?
No.
Yes,
Thank
a
you.
nice double
No.
fried
you.
crispy steak fry. Yes.
No.
There is no
Okay.
such thing as a crispy steak fry.
Yes,
'cause you
there
take one
is, if
bite
you
of
fucking
and
cook
it's
it right.
mush.
Oh,
If you fucking fry it right,
Lord.
yes, there is. Yes,
Oh
there
my
is.
God.
You have to double. You have
Oh
to.
my
You have
God.
to fry it in peanut oil. Which I know Jeff will send Jeff into anaphylactic shock. So I would never give him. I would never give him fried. What's that?
Just
But,
remember,
like, you-
everyone, kindness costs nothing. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you
But
next
see,
week.
here's the thing. I'm controlling the stream. I'm controlling the stream. I say when this ends. So I'm ready
I
for
like
What
it.
Chad
we-
is saying is the right thing. It's
I'm
like a fry
collectively-
needs to be crunchier than it is smushy, you know? And that's not the case with steak fries,
Right.
okay?
who's ready for
Thank you.
30 minutes of French fry discourse.
Chat
let's
is on the
go.
side of
Oh
the
shit, Eleni
angels.
said she's
Chad
ready.
is
Let's
on the
go.
right- No,
It-
Chad is
Alright.
on the right side of his. Look, you have trash takes in food, okay?
What the
Sorry.
fuck?
Thank you.
It's true.
Thank you.
It's true, okay? I think you're great, but your food takes are trash.
Honestly, you could take the blank takes and put any word in there.
Never
and
getting
you're correct.
invited to anything ever again. He's like, I hate you. Why I bring you here?
No, this is exactly why you're going to be invited back because everybody else is like, get her back on as soon as possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally, I
talk a lot of
guarantee you.
And
I used to
can you
talk a lot
just
of
be
shit
the
about
new
John.
host? Can
Now
you
I'm
just
here.
replace
I'm
John?
so-
Yeah,
I'm
see?
sorry. Yeah, you're replaced. I'm sorry.
Put-
like,
Well,
Put
damn.
a beanie on, slap a beanie on.
I
and
got
you're
so
good to
many
go.
beanies. Boom.
Sorry,
Grow,
but-
There you
do I
go.
need to grow a beard?
You do.
No,
No, you do.
I do.
Although you can get one of
I-
those
I
fake
can
knit
slap
beards.
on
That
John,
easy?
you can't
Yeah,
really
get one of
pull
those
it
Bob
off,
knit
so
Ross.
you
beards.
don't
Yeah,
need it.
yeah.
Beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, John,
I
it's
got
that
this.
easy to be host. Have a beard and a beanie. I'll be right back.
Where's he? Is he going to get a beanie?
Oh, he is.
Well, time to end the podcast, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast tonight. No, here he is.
All right, what's up, fuckers?
No,
I'm
he's
hosting
back.
Okay,
SDGC
no.
now,
Okay, all right.
No, what's up?
CJ,
my opinions aren't fucking trash.
CJ, you must have missed the no palm stipulation on the beanie. Like you can't have a palm on the
fuck you,
beanie.
John.
I'm sorry, but you can't. Like that's just Finn. Finn, get that sock off
It's
your head.
called
Yeah, it
it's
cannot be a
palm-
palm beanie.
It's
Can't
called
be
a
a-
toque.
This
John.
basically
It is
counts
a
as a
toque.
beanie,
I learned
right?
that from
It's a
Nathan for
toque.
you.
This is actually a sake. So
So
it counts.
we'll start.
All right,
We'll
what's up,
start.
guys?
Okay,
We're gonna wrap this trash fire up here. Eleni, you have been a fan. Like all jokes aside, you've been an absolutely just a wonderful guest. Thank you so much. I know you're busy.
Yo.
Thank you for taking time out to bullshit with us. where can people find you on Twitch and Twitter?
Twitch.tv/bloodyfaster. And then on Twitter, bloodyfasterTV, because bloodyfaster was taken by a Greek guy, of all people.
Wow.
It was a Greek guy who took my handle. Yes. Wow, indeed.
Let's take it back.
Yeah.
Let's take it back.
I've been trying, but you know what happened? I found this person on Facebook. That was years ago. And I found him. I'm like, I'm going to talk to him in Greek as well, because, we're gonna connect, right? It's gonna be this camaraderie happening. I'm like, hey, this is like my handle. I would really, I can also like pay you. I was left on red, and it hurt so much. I still think about it.
Give me a week.
It does not keep me up at night, but maybe,
give me a week. I'll get that handle for you. Give me a week. I'll get that handle.
A week? Oh my god! I got intimidated.
I'll get that handle.
No, please,
I'll get
stop.
that handle.
Oh no!
But no, but no, and no, seriously, this has been an absolute delight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are one of the
truly.
most fun, engaging guests we've had, and we really appreciate it.
Facts.
Yeah, no, that's true. And
Ooh, wait. You might be bloody faster, but you're more like bloody awesome. Am I right? I'm sorry, I can't even take myself seriously, but it's true.
Wow,
Thank
that was
you.
really
Thank
terrible.
you.
So
It's what I do.
yeah, it
I'll
is.
take it.
It is definitely what you do. Again, hey, I had a brain fart. We're gonna cut it off here now. Thank you everybody very much for joining us for I can't even fucking talk anymore. Thank you very much everybody for joining us for another week of SDGC. Remember, kindness costs nothing. We'll see you next week. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Cheesecake forever.
Steak fries suck.
My takes are the best takes. My food takes are the best takes. Goodbye.